Well, I'd heard about Valentus Clinics. My real introduction took place after CHEK News ran a story about concussion. Valentus Clinics contacted the newsroom and said, "Can we go further? Can we explain not only what is concussion, but how does one recover from concussion?" I said I'd be happy to do that story, but can you find me someone who's been helped by your clinic? And I hope you'll find the story you're about to see as remarkable as I did. Meet Sydney Green.
I was feeling dizzy and tired, and I didn't have my balance straight, and I just felt sick.
Sydney Green was in grade 10, playing in a weekend soccer tournament. She headed a drop-kick ball and suffered a concussion, but she didn't recognize the symptoms and thought,
I'll just go to bed, I'll sleep it off, I'll take a gravel, I'll play the next day.
That second day changed her life.
I went up for a header, and another girl was going up for the same header, and we just knocked heads, and then that was it.
The impact to Sydney's brain greatly disrupted her electrical activity.
She was trying so hard to study for exams because it was around exam time, and it was just like, it was impossible. Like, she couldn't even keep her eyes open.
It affected my mood and my happiness, and I just felt depressed.
She would lie down and close her eyes, and I was reading to her, and she was like trying to absorb the information.
And no one could really understand what was going on, and I couldn't either. They just thought I was going through a phase.
A friend recommended Valentus Clinics.
I was honestly very skeptical about it, how treatment like that could reverse the symptoms of a concussion.
The treatment, advanced neurofeedback, realigns the brain's electrical circuitry because the concussion has knocked it off balance. And after 20 sessions over a 4-month period, Sydney's brain rebalanced.
It has been amazing for her. It has been life-altering.
My grades have skyrocketed. I'm going to the university of my choice, which I'm super excited about. And I'm back to my old normal self, happy, able to sleep now, not anxious, just feeling like a normal human being again, which I thought was impossible, to be honest.
A remarkable story, but Sydney's is one of just hundreds of people of all ages who have been helped by Valentus Clinics. One father, desperate to find something to help his brain-injured son, turned to Valentus Clinics. But he's not just an ordinary father, he's a doctor who was pretty skeptical about what might be done here. After the treatments, he was so blown away, he made a commercial for Valentus Clinics. Here it is.
Tom had a number of serious concussions, the last of which left him unable to function. It scares the life out of you. Your son has got brain damage. Nothing helped. We heard about Valentus brain optimization. I was naturally skeptical. I'm a doctor. After 10 sessions of Valentus, he was our normal boy again. The results were simply amazing.
A balanced brain can help with brain injuries, ADHD, depression, and improve learning and performance.
Valentus works.
An amazing testimonial from a proud dad. 2 remarkable stories of people who have recovered from brain injury. But that's not all Valentus Clinics do. They have an innovative pain management program. They help with anxiety and depression. They help children with speech or learning challenges. They even help people with memory problems. But what we're going to focus on for the next half an hour is how they help the brain recover from brain injury. I'm here with Deb, who's been helped by Valentus Clinics. Deb, tell us your story.
Well, after being in 4 car accidents and having one of those car accidents being quite traumatic, I found that I had to change some things in my life and went to a psychologist and learned how to cope with my new life. And
you were telling me that after the 3rd car accident, you felt your whole aura of life had changed?
Yeah, I fell into a depression. The accident was fairly traumatic, so it kind of sent me back into a state of just not wanting to go to work. I couldn't drive. I think just the state of life I was in, I had to seek some help. So went to a psychologist and started to learn how to cope with my new life.
And then you had another car accident.
A few years later, I was in another car accident, and that car accident was actually quite a minor car accident, just hit from behind, and it was enough to throw me kind of into a state again that just made me go back into the certain situations that I had before. Hard to describe some of those feelings I had because I kind of thought that I was going crazy at the time, and I withdrew socially and just didn't want much to do with life.
Must have been terrifying.
It was awful, and my family noticed, you know, there was things that definitely needed to change, and I couldn't even do the minor house chores around the house. And anyway, so family kicked in, which was great. So I was fortunate to learn of Valentus Clinic, and so I came and went through the first sessions with Valentus, which was 10 sessions.
And did you think it was going to help?
Actually, no, I didn't. I thought I'd come and see what it was about. I kind of was desperate, and so when I came, I went through the first 10 sessions, which was in a course of about a week to 2 weeks, and felt better. I was starting to now get into the car again and start feeling like, okay, I think things are progressing. I was still hoping for a little bit more. I then took a bit of a break from that, and several weeks later it came back for another group of sessions, and it was probably my 4th session in that group of sessions that it felt like someone had just flicked a switch. And it still is emotional for me. That day, it just felt like somebody gave me my life back.
So what do friends think when you tell them?
So at that point, it was a feeling of just happiness, and I just felt love and just embraced life again. And I continued with those sessions, finished up with the 10 sessions, and after that I was able to actually get in and drive again, starting with small distances. And my husband had said he hadn't seen me like that in 5 years. And my life started to come back together, and I was just the motivation and just the happiness that came over me.
Which is why you're here again today to tell your story.
Which is why I'm here today, yes. And I can't thank them enough.
Well, that's our show from Valentus Clinics on Oak Bay Avenue in Victoria. I want to thank you for watching. And if you want more information, please go to their website, valentusclinics.com, to learn more. Thanks for watching Check Around.